I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we've got an interesting matchup here featuring two of the league's best in what they do. We have one of the best rushing attacks in the NFL going up against a team who's made their money defensively by shutting things down through the air, CD.
Yeah, and Brandon, I want to see how well-rounded each team is because we know what they're a league leader in, but how well can you do the other things that you need to do on that side of the ball? To me, this is a chance for the lesser-heralded guys this season to come through and help earn a victory.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. From the 6, and able to get this out to the 25. Now here come the Bears, and at the helm is someone that they have a lot of hopes for leading this franchise. The 11th pick in 2021 out of Ohio State, Justin Fields. Fields on first down. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. Such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
To throw again on second down. Fields trying to lay one up deep. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Chase Claypool, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a man who upset the AFC champs in his first career start last year during the regular. Out of Western Kentucky, here's Mike White. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson over the middle, complete. That's Cook. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. Cook up the gut to the 43, 2nd down. The Jets at 1-9 now on the year. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
On 3rd down, Wilson. They'll set up the screen to Carter. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their second straight victory.
But they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along. And from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively. And this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. From the 50, here's Fields. Got an open man, it's Pringle. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him. And oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. He did it again. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. Off play action, Fields. Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Bears are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. This defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The former third-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. .31 yards on the punt there. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. With Montgomery. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Once more, Montgomery. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Montgomery. Diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just 1 play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Takes it at the 7. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And out of bounds finally, but not before getting it way across the 50 inside the 25.
Well, whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
Well, the final weekend of November is upon us. Boy, can you believe December right around the corner? Always seems to get here quickly. But coming up tonight, we wrap up the holiday weekend with the Packers and Eagles from Philly at 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow night, we wrap up Cyber Monday with the Steelers and Colts from Indianapolis. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Carter. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to the ground. This time Cook. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. James Cook. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets get a bit closer. Zerline good with a PAT. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was the rookie James Cook who took it in to finish the drive. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. See David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he's got some space here. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. 125 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Back to throw, Fields. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. To throw is Fields. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Chase Claypool, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bears take a 3-touchdown lead. Santos with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was finished off by the Chase Claypool touchdown catch. Takes it at the 7. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And New York set to take the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there, they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Open man is Denzel Mims. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Again, Wilson. And Mims has got it. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Jets are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Well, there you go, Charles, his first touchdown pass of the new season.
Well, let's just go back to his rookie year because he's able to get his feet wet, right? Get a little bit of experience. Now I think here in year 2, the game will slow down for him, and we'll see his true talents come out.
Risk anything here late in the half. He'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll begin right here in the Sunshine State. Houston in town to take on Miami. And it's the Texans who've got the lead in the second quarter. Davis Mills, the Stanford man, with 2 touchdown passes. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. Sam Darnold has a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. Josh Allen, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And a big part of their success on the scoreboard is their success in the running game. Over 100 yards as a team in those first 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the rushing numbers tell a different story. They really couldn't get a whole lot going on the ground. And the evidence? The numbers.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Berrios now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Wilson. That's a screenplay here for Carter. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Now left side on the swing pass. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Fourth down. Here's Wilson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. Justin Jones there on the stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 22-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. And the accuracy lacking there for Zerline. It's off to the right. No good.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept you in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Fields. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Fields now to throw. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd and 11 now. Fields. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They'll go option to the short side, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw He saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Fields, he'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. So Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Looking for Mims, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will have the Bears first down as this defense. First tackler, but he won't even be able to get it back to the line of scrimmage there as the defense rallies behind him. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Fields. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. It didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
On second down, Montgomery. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score.
You spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like big pitch came to Jonah. Yeah, I'm still independent. They sold 1 million records, yeah. Used to be on my checklist. Big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. No, I will not bend. Gang time in it. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. I will not bend. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up.